Hi, beautifuls. So, wow. New Year messages. I'm doing what your focus is for the year. I'm then looking at love, and then I'm looking at money for 2026 for each sign. If you are not a fire sign here, I have done your reading and it is posted. Go check out your earth, water, or air signs. I am doing Aries, Leo, and Sag. This is your cluster of messages. Here we go, Aries. We're beginning with you. This is what 2026 has in store for you. All right, 2026 for my Aries. What is it that your focus is for 2026, Aries? 2026, Aries. 2026, Aries. Aries 2026. You guys don't want messages, okay? Aries 2026. Hope and relationship. All right, this is interesting. Source is saying to my Aries that this year is really about allowing yourself to see that every relationship in your life has a level of showing you how much you show up for yourself. So Source is saying to me, have the courage this year, Aries, to speak up when you are having any relationship with others, i.e. speak how you actually feel about how it's going. There's a message here of 2026 that is asking you to be more authentic in how you are feeling when you relate with others, no matter if it's job related or family related or relationship related. Source says to me that your vulnerability will have you feel as if the right people are in your life this year that are meant to expand your feeling of value in yourself. Yeah. The vibration in which you attract others has a lot to do with you owning your voice. There's something about 2026 that's going to have you speak your mind more clearly, more honestly, but most importantly, more vulnerably about how something or how things are going with each situation. And it's going to help you feel hope for the people that you choose to be in your life, because they will know what you expect, how you are feeling, and then they'll be able to show up in a different way than they've never shown up before. There's a beautiful energy of feeling really seen, supported, and understood this year in 2026 for my Aries, because you are being more authentically, emotionally available to your feels. Some of you guys may end up in a relationship by the end of 2026. The source says all of your relationships are going to feel expansive because you're more present in the magic of relativeness. A lot of synchronicities this year for my Aries. All right, let's look at love for Aries. Aries, love. Aries, love. Some of you guys may end up with a new furry child or a new family member, whether it's you or someone in your life having a new furry child or an actual human child. That is a possibility here. Okay. I don't see it vibrationally being you. I see it being vibrationally someone you know for some reason. Okay, let's look at love for Aries. Aries, love. Okay. Temptation. Aries, love. Interesting. Five of Fire. Aries, love. So Aries, source is saying to me, it's time for you to call yourself out on how much attention you give to situations that are a dead end. There's an energy here of deciding what deserves your attention and whether or not it fits into who and what you perceive yourself to be. There's an energy of knowing your worth, but letting certain people pull away. Like, for some reason, source is showing me that where your attention goes says a lot about whether or not you're in your power or your lack of power. And these are habits that you formed over time. So source is saying something about old stories of self-worth are going to be challenged this year to recalibrate you into choosing people that choose you. Period. The end. What you will learn by the end of 2026 is focusing on the people that love you and not focusing on the people that don't. And that is a recalibration that will happen by the end of 2026, of recognizing how the stories of self-worth need to be really addressed within yourself, because you're choosing an old paradigm. And once it's like source is saying to me, like, you know, when you're driving a long distance and then you realize that you went into a meditative state for a period of time and you don't even know how long you've been driving without knowing that you're driving. There's a similar energy here of love where you've been in this automatic mode of operation and you're like, the real me would never choose that. So how long have I been asleep in this zombie state of choosing something that I don't want? And I see that this is really going to be something in the first 5 weeks of 2026 that can be completed within the first 21 days of you finally seeing. When you finally wake up to the fact that you've been asleep at the wheel, it will only take 21 days to readjust. And again, because the beginning of this reading was vibrationally aligning yourself to a relationship that is empowering you to see your value. You right now are in the place of being on automatic pilot regarding a wound that needs to die. Because the world is here, i.e. it's a completion of karma. And once you wake up to it, it will only take 21 days to stop living that cycle. All right, let's look at money in regards to Aries for 2026. Money. Because by the end of, when you finally get the lesson, it's completed. It's a graduation of sorts, and it can happen really early on in the year, but you have to catch yourself that you're asleep. Like you're in like dreamland regarding something, and source wants you to wake up. Wake up, Aries. I keep seeing Alice in Wonderland, how at the end of Alice in Wonderland, you discover that she fell asleep under a tree and that it was all a dream. But was it? Right? Okay, so let's find out money for Aries. This is very dry. Aries, money. Interesting. This year for you, Aries, is about foundations. Foundations of creating something brand new. Something you've never done before. And it's showing me fear of failure. But if you just put one foot in front of the other, before you know it, you'll have the foundation of a completely new career that will gift you a feeling of something that is completely your own. The beginning stages of anything is scary, and Source says have the courage to trust the unknown. But a way for you to navigate out of the fear is to simply do something towards that new career every day, whether you know what you're doing or not. And it says by the end of 2026, you will realize that you have a completely, fully established new foundation for something that feels like it's completely nurturing your heart and your dreams. And Source says just act before knowing. The message for Aries is act before knowing and trust that you are on the right path regarding your career. But right now you're feeling a little scared, and it's okay. It's okay to be a little scared. All right, let's go ahead and see Leo. Leo, what are my Leos energetically going to be experiencing for 2026? Leo. Man, Leo, could you be more messy? Messenger of birth. Okay. Emperor, of course. Look at this card. Could that be a more Leo card or what? Some of you guys may end up dealing with a Taurus this year or have Taurus in your chart. Pisces is here, and so is Cancer. There's an energy of my Leos really asking, am I on the right path? And Source says, similar to the Aries message in regards to career, Leos are meant to trust that the path presents itself as you start walking in the direction that you're meant to go. And you're meant to trust that the unknown doesn't mean don't go this way. It's actually part of the practice of trusting in something bigger than your fears and your ego. There's an energy here of Leos really not wanting to repeat last year, which had them feeling like they were in limbo. And Source says the only way that you would repeat the year that you've just that we're ending is for you to not take action. And there is a possibility that my Leos will not take action out of fear, but Source is saying to me, take the path, start walking in the direction that you have been talking about taking, and the path will present itself. And to trust the unknown, trust that it will intuitively fall together. Yeah. Because then you get the Sun card. So no matter which path you take, it is blessed and golden, but you must take action is what I'm getting for my Leos. All right, let's look at love. Love. Love for Leo. So, Source is saying that being optimistic is a beautiful thing, but the awareness that, okay, in order for us to achieve anything, we must be committed to a certain vision. This is regarding your choices for 2026, but in regards to your heart, most importantly, as a way for you to protect your heart from lessons. And in a similar way that Source is giving you a message of step forward and the path will present itself, you first have to commit to going in the direction in which you have not had the courage to step into. In regards to love, it's the same thing. It is time for you to be clear about what you would like to feel in love in order to experience it. Because otherwise you're just having no way to place the experience in the overall story, right? If you're just willing to like leave a quasi love story in the midst, then anything is viable in that, right? Any part of a love story, whether good or bad, is a viable love story if you don't have a love story that you would like to write. I.e., if you want to make a movie, but it has no plot, people are going to be losing their way in that movie, and they're going to probably lose interest somewhere down the line because it has no plot, it has no direction, it has no reference point to how you should feel emotionally, because it's all over the place. And hey, there's plenty of movies that are all over the place that people love, but they're discombobulated and not everybody likes them because some people don't understand the point. I'm getting that my Leos are currently living a similar experience when it comes to love. It's just all over the place. It's discombobulated. It doesn't feel as if, it feels like wasteful energy because you can't place it in the sense of, where are we going? Now, that is great if you don't know what you want, right? It's okay to have that experience. It's okay to throw everything in the pot of worth, right? But Source wants you to decide, do I want my heart to feel as if it is being honored by someone who would love to have a life with me and be on the journey with me? Or am I willing to just have all of these experiences without the safety or the ability to be clear about what the intentions are? Because the cards that are coming up here is you being grateful for knowing what you deserve, but not making it a requirement in regards to love. Which is kind of an oxymoron if you think about it, right? Like, I know what I deserve. I know how I would like to feel in a relationship, but I'm not making it a requirement to have that experience. I'm just going to be okay with however the experience unfolds. And that then leads to you feeling depleted emotionally, because whether you are aware of it or not, your mind is constantly thinking, is this safe? Is this not safe? Is this safe? Is this not safe? Because you weren't committing to a desire and making it a requirement to have that experience. You really want the two of water. You really want a soulmate. So then make it a requirement to have that experience. That's the quickest way to find out whether or not you're having that experience or you're not having that experience. You're just scared to ask the question right now. And Source wants to sit there and say to you, it's okay to not know if you're ready for that. But if you are ready for that, then why do you have a problem asking for it? And you should take a look at that. All right, let's look at money. Let's look at money for Leo. Money for Leo. Listen, by the end of the year, you will have a committed relationship because you're finally going to commit to wanting one. And for some of you guys, you may be in a situationship that you've been in for years, like years, and Source is saying, how does it feel? Are you happy about it? Or would you like it to up level? And if you want it to up level, you can ask and they will give you what it is that you want. You will get what you want by the end of 2026, Leo, because Source says you will make it a requirement to get what you want. Okay, money for Leo. But at the beginning of the year, I just see you oscillating between saying what you mean and meaning what you say. money. Karma. The power to manifest, Leo, is behind the amount of energy and attention you give to your goals. The cards that you got are the High Priestess, the Karma card, and the Power card. 2026 has you creating foundations of opportunities regarding your career. And for some of you guys, you're going to be working in more than one part of your career. Like it says to me, there's 2 different hats that you will wear this year, and both will be very financially prosperous. The key to that, though, is making sure that you do a little bit of something at least 4 days out of the week in order to feel as if you are, you know, accomplishing something. Yeah, new circles of opportunities this year, dear Leo, that come through the people that know your heart is the message that I'm getting. All right, that was pretty amazing. All right, so now we're doing Sagittarius. Saggies, what are my Saggies? 2026, what does Sag have in store for 2026? 2026, Sag. 2026, Sagittarius. 2026 Sagittarius. What is the focus for 2026 for my Saggies? Thought. So Libra got this. Some of my Sagittariuses may be dealing with a Libra. Thoughts become things. So Source is saying to me for my Sages is that which you think and give power to by belief will become a reality. Protect yourself from your beliefs. Interesting. Okay, so some of you guys are in a place of not believing in your blessings. And Source says, protect yourself from and my throat is closing up. So for some reason, some of my Sages are having a difficult time believing in what somebody's been saying to them. Source is asking you to pay attention to the unsaids. There is someone that isn't telling you the truth, dear Sag. If something sounds too good to be true, it is. I'm getting an energy of 2026 having you not say everything that you're thinking and to keep your circle smaller. If you are wondering about whether or not someone is being honest with you, Source says ask Spirit, or if you have someone that has passed on, to give you a message about whether or not this person is someone that is trustworthy. You are protected. Some of you guys have someone in your life that's named Michael, or someone that is a Michael has passed on. Energetically, Source wants you to be mindful of not sharing too much information with people that shouldn't know your business. Also, it's saying to me that 2026 is going to test your faith in people. And, you know, sometimes we just don't know that certain people shouldn't be in our lives, right? And by 2026, your circle is going to become smaller. Sag, though I wanted to say Pisces, so some of my Sages are dealing with a Pisces or have that in their chart. All right, let's find out what you're meant to know in regards to love, dear Sag. 3 of water. Love, Sag. 2 of water. temptation, Ace of Earth, Six of Earth, Empress. Okay. Sag, I'm getting that you may find yourself falling for a friend that you've known for a while. Someone that my God. Okay, Sag, some of you guys, like, my heart is so heavy right now. Like, I'm feeling such emotional disappointment right now. So I'm getting that some of my Sages are literally feeling very much like you're going to speak to someone regarding your I keep seeing that there's going to be someone in your life that you are really good friends with, that you share so much with, that will maybe become a partner. And it will come out of nowhere. This person could be an earth sign. They could be a Capricorn. I keep getting that it'll happen by March for some of you, others June. There's an energy here of like, you're currently, for some of you, and don't make this your story if it isn't your story. I hate when people make something their story when it isn't. But if your story right now, Sag, is that you have something that is heavy on your heart, that you're really hurt by emotionally, this person is someone that you talk to regarding that, and that relationship is going to become romantic, or that person is going to see you in a romantic light and express that to you. Doesn't mean you have to like them back in the same way, but it's definitely, I definitely feel very much like you have someone you can speak with that will make you feel seen, supported, and less of the heaviness that your heart is experiencing right now. All right, let's look at money for Sag for 2026. Money, money, money. Yeah, so again, some of you guys work with whoever it is that I'm talking about that you're going to get involved with. Others of you, I see that money is going to come from something that is moon related, Cancer related. Maybe you're, maybe the person that I'm talking about is a Cancer that you get involved with, Sag. Maybe it has to do with your career, or your job has to do with women related things. There's a million women related things that you could be doing for work, but either way, something about honoring the divine feminine will be profitable for you by the end of 2026. Some of you guys may meet someone that is a Pisces, Libra, Capricorn. You're going to be making money that has to do with honoring the female body in some way. If you're an artist, you're doing female portraits or something. If, I just keep getting that money comes from the female in regards to my Sages. And as long as you honor the female, as long as you empower the female, you are going to be gifted threefold from that. Yeah, there is, though, in your heart some heaviness that is coming in, or you're experiencing that will be balanced out from a friend that may become romantic, or just that friend literally helps you with whatever emotionally, romantically you're having happen right now. Woof, very heavy energy. As always, I'm so grateful for every one of you guys here. I'm so blessed by this community, and I look forward to shifting and meeting some of you guys in person in the coming year. I'm going to be doing a lot more channelings that are in person here in Santa Fe this year, so hopefully I will see you there. Stay tuned. And again, like I said, Happy New Year. Be careful out there. Have a lot of fun. The moon is in Gemini. Make sure that, you watch out for ditzy, ungrounded people. So be mindful. And as always, I'm Nety, and I guide, and I'm sending you a big hug. And I will talk to you on the next one.